Europe is bleeding, and the wound is self-inflicted. Illegal immigration is overwhelming the continent like never before. Borders are collapsing, governments appear helpless, and cities that were once peaceful are now plagued by riots, crime, and cultural clashes. And here's the truth: Europe doesn't have decades left. Some countries may not even survive the next 10 years without dramatic change. In this video, we reveal the 10 European nations most at risk of collapse due to uncontrolled migration. Now, a few countries like Poland prepared in advance and are relatively secure. But most of Europe is still walking straight into disaster. So, let's uncover the 10 nations standing on the brink of collapse in 2025. But before we begin, please remember to like this video and subscribe. Every video we make takes research, effort, and dedication, and your support helps us keep going. Number 10. Belgium. Belgium is at the breaking point. In Brussels, over 70% of births are now to foreign-born mothers, mainly from North Africa and the Middle East. Entire neighborhoods, like Molenbeek, have become no-go zones where local police rarely dare to enter. Sharia-based norms dominate community life, erasing traditional Belgian culture. Between 2015 and 2024, violent crime in migrant-heavy districts rose by over 60%, with Moroccan and Albanian gangs fighting for territory. Billions in taxpayer funds are drained into welfare and housing for migrants, while Belgian families face skyrocketing rents and endless hospital wait times. By the mid-2030s, Belgium's native population will become a minority. When that tipping point arrives, the laws, culture, and identity of the nation will be changed forever. Number 9. Greece. For Greece, the migration crisis is nothing short of devastating. Since 2015, over 1.2 million migrants have entered a country of just 10 million people. That's a demographic shock of more than 12% in less than a decade. The islands of Lesbos and Samos have turned into overcrowded refugee camps marked by violence, sexual assaults, and riots. Locals are leaving border towns entirely because daily life has become unbearable. Police forces are overwhelmed, and businesses are closing under the strain. With an already fragile economy and high unemployment, Greece is staring at a perfect storm of debt, crime, and demographic change. The EU continues to pressure Greece to accept even more migrants, and the country may pass the point of no return within just a few years. Number 8. Italy. Italy is Europe's frontline battlefield. Every week, boats arrive on its southern shores packed with hundreds, sometimes thousands, of undocumented migrants from Libya and Tunisia. Towns in Sicily and Calabria have been transformed almost overnight. The numbers are staggering. In 2023 alone, over 157,000 illegal arrivals were recorded. Prisons are overflowing, with foreign-born inmates making up over 40% of the prison population. Youth unemployment among Italians remains one of the highest in Europe, yet billions of taxpayer euros are funneled into migrant housing, food, and healthcare. At the same time, Italian birth rates have collapsed to just 1.21 children per woman, one of the lowest in the world, while migrant birth rates continue to rise. Number 7. Sweden. Sweden, once celebrated as Europe's safest nation, is now labeled the rape capital of the continent. Over 58% of convicted rapists are foreign-born, mainly from the Middle East and Africa. Migrants exploit Sweden's generous welfare system, receiving free housing, education, and healthcare while refusing to integrate. Meanwhile, Swedish pensioners who paid taxes their entire lives struggle to survive. The cultural transformation is undeniable. Public festivals are cancelled due to security concerns, and many schools now have majority immigrant populations where Swedish is barely spoken. Number 6. France. France is on fire, literally. Each year, riots erupt across Parisian suburbs like Saint-Denis, ruled by gangs and plagued by crime. In 2023 alone, over 1,000 cars were torched on New Year's Eve. Official figures show that over 20% of France's population is now foreign-born, but the real numbers may be much higher. Billions of euros are drained annually on welfare, policing, and housing for migrants. Meanwhile, schools in some regions report 80% non-native French speakers, eroding national identity. By 2035, Projections suggest that native French could become a minority in Paris itself. Number 5. Germany. Germany's open-door policy in 2015 changed the nation forever. Over 2 million migrants entered in just a few years, many without proper background checks. Since then, Germany has faced rising crime, terror plots, and enormous welfare burdens. Migrant-related crime rose by 32% in 2024, while asylum costs reached a staggering €36 billion. Native Germans face one of the lowest birth rates in the world, while migrant communities grow rapidly. By 2050, ethnic Germans are projected to be a minority in their own country. Schools in major cities now struggle as a quarter of students are non-German, with severe language barriers. Number 4. Netherlands. The Netherlands is small, but the pressure is enormous. Housing shortages have reached crisis levels, with Dutch citizens being evicted to make way for refugees. In 2024, asylum applications soared to 43,000, worsening an already desperate housing shortage of 400,000 homes. Crime is escalating. In Rotterdam, violent crime linked to drug gangs rose by 35% in just 1 year. This is not just immigration, it's population replacement in plain sight. By 2040, non-Dutch residents could make up 25% of the population, shifting the country's culture and politics permanently. Number 3. Austria. Austria's capital, Vienna, is already a city of contrasts. In many districts, immigrants are the majority, and foreigners are responsible for over 50% of violent crimes including murders and assaults. Welfare costs reached €1.5 billion in 2024 alone, and housing shortages have left over 70,000 Viennese families waiting for homes. Number 2. Spain. Spain's southern coastlines are overwhelmed. In 2024, 46,000 illegal arrivals were recorded, most through the Canary Islands, a 20% increase from the previous year. Urban slums are spreading around Madrid and Barcelona, where gangs dominate and law enforcement stays away. Number 1. United Kingdom. The UK is the epicenter of Europe's migration crisis. London is already majority immigrant, and small boats bring thousands more across the English Channel each month. By mid-2025, over 15,000 migrants had already crossed, an increase of 42% from 2024. Knife crime is at record highs, with foreign nationals linked to 40% of violent offences. The UK now spends over £30 billion annually just managing the migrant population, while NHS waiting times stretch to 18 months and homelessness among native Britons rises. By 2040, non-British populations could dominate major cities, permanently shifting political power and cultural identity. This is not fear-mongering. This is reality. Europe is standing on the edge of a cliff, and uncontrolled migration is the force pushing it over. Which country do you think will collapse first? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like and subscribe for more powerful insights.